Great tool for transitioning to off-leash training in places where you may not have enough space for the dog to safely get really far away from you. Let me kind of elaborate on what I mean by that, right? A lot of people will use a traditional long line as the gap between working a dog on a short leash and working a dog fully off leash. And though there are still some places where a long line is really, really essential, a Flexi can be a far superior tool to that if you're in a place where you can't really let the dog get 20 feet away from you, or, there's a risk that the dog might kind of try to run into the street or things like that. Because let's say I'm walking down a busy road and I have the dog on a Flexi and I'm trying to work on the dog like lagging too far behind. Let's say I've taught the dog to stay behind me, but every time I walk, the dog will sometimes just stop walking or get, 10 feet behind me, 15 feet behind me. If I were on a traditional long line, that would give the dog a true 10-foot like radius that they can get around you at that point. Where with the Flexi, as I'm walking, if the dog does anything other than veer just behind me and they try to go off to the side, I have the ability to just lock it right there and then to keep the dog safe if they were to make a mistake like approach another dog or kind of try to run towards a street or things like that. So I've got a little bit more flexibility for things like that. At this point with our board and trains, when I take them for walks, 99% of the time, I just keep them on a Flexi lead because I'm able to right out the gate work on essentially off-leash healing that's not contingent on a short leash keeping them towards me.